Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's topic, I've had, for some reason, quite a few comments in the last month or so about, hey, where can I meet maybe an upper class Filipina, a more professional Filipina? I'm not really that interested in a province Filipina who really doesn't have a lot of worldly knowledge or travel, who's going to be so dependent on me for finances and knowledge and just all that stuff. So today we are going to dive into that topic, and I'm here in my regular office because it's a nice sunny day and a little too warm to go out. So stick around and we're going to cover this topic. All right guys, so I did want to mention I was on the Boulevard, Dumaguete Boulevard yesterday, and I had looked over to my left. Actually, Maya had noticed. She said, "Isn't that Filipina P?" And she kind of had her hair up and glasses on, and I actually didn't even recognize her. And without her hair down, you know, that's kind of her signature look. And I said, yeah. And I don't know if a lot of you may remember that Filipina P came on my channel way back, God, 4 years ago. This was during the pandemic. She had reached out to me and said, hey, I'm just kind of starting off, and I was wondering if we could do a collaboration. And I think at that time she already had a video, and I remember watching her video. I was like, wow, you know, very nicely done, her editing, very well spoken with her English. And even then I was like, God, this girl is going to do really well because she's kind of unique. And anyway, I ended up collaborating because of the pandemic. I can't remember the one reason or another. I think there was like a couple of checkpoints between me and the P for some kind of a meetup. I think we were going to do a meetup, but ended up deciding on doing a live stream. And during that live stream, I don't know if she had around 600 subscribers at that time. Can you believe that? The P with only 600 subscribers. And during the live stream, it was like a 3-hour live stream. And people were subscribing to her, and she ended up going over 1,000 during the live stream. Anyway, I haven't had any contact with P since then. And anyway, I saw her, and Maya's actually a big fan of the Filipina P. She's really emulates to be like the P. You know, she wants to be successful, you know, vlogger and everything. I mean, I wouldn't mind myself. But anyway, she's like, yeah, I think that's the P. And since I had known the P, we used to chat and everything way back when. And Maya was a little shy. I went over to the P and I said, hey, do you remember me? She was like, yeah, Gio. And so she remembered me, and I said, hey, my wife's really a big fan. She'd love a picture. And so she came over. I mean, very, very friendly, very nice. Actually much taller than what I thought, even though she did have some big shoes on. But she came over, and Maya and her took a photo, and you know, we took a photo. And anyway, it was, and we chatted a bit about different things, and visas, going to the U.S., you know, because Maya wants to do that as well. And so it was cool hanging out with the P for a little bit and chatting, and very nice girl, and I'm happy for her success and everything. So anyway, if the P ever watches my videos, thanks P for chatting and doing the photos yesterday. Nice seeing you on the boulevard. All right, so the video. Now, a lot of people want to meet that upper class type Filipina, more up the social ladder, maybe more professional. If you were going to go online, there's really probably no dating sites other than Christian Filipina that I would say you could find really professionals. I have known several guys who've used Christian Filipina who've met professional Filipinas with careers and stuff. So you could try out Christian Filipina, plus they screen all the profiles and everything. There's a link down in the description for that. And really what you got to do is, well, you got to go to where they are, and that certainly is not going to be in these smaller provinces, right? You're going to have to go to a place, for example, if you want to meet a Filipina who's a doctor or an attorney or things like that. you're going to have to get out to the bigger cities. If you want to meet someone who is the direct manager of the call center, something like that, you're going to have to go to a place like that. I actually remember when I was teaching English, the head of our HR department, and I don't know how much she made, but she was, I would call, an upper class Filipina, or higher income making Filipina. She was actually interested in me, and I remember I think she was in her 30s, and we ended up having a coffee once or twice. Never a date. This was during the work hours, just chatting, but I was like, this is not a good idea to be dating the head of the HR. And then if for some reason it didn't work out, you know, oh yeah, I'm in an awkward position. So never dated her, but I had an opportunity, I suppose, to date somebody who was kind of in a higher position of a big company, and but it just never panned out. So I was thinking to myself, if I was going to, or purposely looking for, an upper class type Filipina, you are going to want to surround yourself or get to the areas where they are. And that means being in a bigger city. That means trying to go to some places that maybe aren't frequented by Filipinos who just can't afford it. Like, for example, Starbucks, Bo's Coffee, places like that. Now, it can be a little strange sometimes, because I remember working in the English school, and the Filipinas would literally save all month long. When they got their paycheck, maybe they would treat themselves to a one Starbucks. And I always thought it was the funniest thing. These teachers would walk around with their Starbucks coffee all day long. I don't know if they would finish it and then fill it up with regular coffee or a Coke or whatever, but it was almost like a status thing. Like, look at me in my Starbucks. And so you do find everyday Filipinas, you know, at the coffee shops, but it is a special treat. They certainly aren't there all the time. And so if you go to a coffee shop, for example, when I was living in Davao, I would go to Starbucks every morning. It was part of my routine. Go there from the condo, read a little bit, and you would start to see some of the same Filipinos would show up and go get their morning coffee. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this girl's been in here 3 times this week. She obviously is not making an average salary of 400 to 500 pesos a day like a lot of Filipinos, because she wouldn't be coming into Starbucks and having 250 peso coffees every day or every other day. So I took that as an opportunity, or a signal, as if you wanted to meet somebody who probably was a little better off in life and more professional, then you could go to a coffee shop. You would probably have to frequent it at the same time on a regular basis, maybe, to see who the clientele is that's coming in on a regular basis, and then try to approach or start saying good morning to them. And another thing is, for example, here in Dumaguete, there's a nice little coffee shop where all the nursing and medical students go and hang out and do their homework, and hang out and do their studying, and kind of hang out with other medical students. And so if you wanted to meet someone who's maybe not a professional at this point in their life, but they're working their way towards it, then certainly this would be a place that you could go. And so it's just a matter of kind of discovering where these places are and where you would want to go. But Makati, BGC, IT Park, all these places, there's probably a bunch of places that you could go. You could also try at the university taking classes like photography classes. Maybe you could find people who've got the extra money to take these extra curriculum classes like cooking classes or whatever, just specialty classes that maybe somebody's just signing up for for the fun of it, or just to learn something, and not necessarily going in that particular class for a career. Another thing, I know a friend of mine who actually took photography classes. He ended up meeting a girl who was doing photography classes just for fun, and she was kind of up here as far as income and social status and things like that. So that's another way. You could sign up with some kind of ballroom dancing. You could sign up for some kind of professional boating course, or just there's just a bunch of courses you could search on Facebook, maybe that you're interested in, that somebody who, or for example, scuba diving. I've seen a lot of Filipinas who were scuba diving down at the resort when I went last time, back about 3 months ago. And I'm thinking to myself, well, to go scuba diving on a regular basis, a Filipina's got to have some money. She's either already got a foreign boyfriend, or a rich Filipino boyfriend, or she's got the money to be able to buy, because you got to buy the equipment. That stuff's expensive. The average Filipino cannot go scuba diving. It's just way too expensive, and to get the equipment. So, you sign up and you do classes or extracurricular activities that cost a little money. For example, tennis. Tennis is another one. You could go do tennis, or here they don't really call it racquetball. What do they call it? Pickleball or squash or whatever it's called. And so these are some activities that you probably won't really find professional, or that you probably won't find the Filipinas who don't have that type of income. So it's really about finding them who have that income, who have time, if they have time to be doing these things. Most Filipinas, when they work, they're working up to 500 pesos per day, and they're working like literally 6-7 days a week sometimes, so they don't even have time to do these extracurricular activities. The phones, you can keep an eye and see what kind of phone they have, but that's not always a real good indicator. Sometimes you get these knockoff phones, or they have the iPhone, but it's from 4 generations back, and then maybe it's a refurbished one, so you can never really tell. But it's all a matter of going to where they hang out and making yourself available and getting yourself into that kind of social circle. And that means you're going to have to go drink coffee at this place. You're going to have to, maybe for grocery stores, you're going to have to go grocery shop. For example, in Cebu, the average Filipino is not going to Rustans, R-U-S-T-A-N-S. That's in the Ayala Mall. That's more of an expensive grocery store. So if you see a Filipino at that grocery store shopping, guess what? She's not of the lower income type Filipina. She's making a bit more income, because otherwise she's shopping at Metro or the less expensive chain grocery store. She's not at Rustan's, or she's probably not at S&R or Landers, because when you go to S&R or Landers to go grocery shopping, it's an expensive trip. As you would know, in the US, Costco's or Sam's, you walk out spending a pretty penny. The average Filipino, again, is not at these warehouse stores. So get out to where they are. You can't meet her while you're sitting here in the province doing a lot of your everyday stuff. You got to get out and you got to go to the higher end restaurants, coffee shops, grocery stores, join these activities, find out where maybe these potential college students that are potentially going into these higher income type jobs, more professional careers, study, and meet them that way as well. So anyway, food for thought. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Again, you could try out Christian Filipina if you want to try the online thing. Other than that one, I don't really know of any dating sites I would recommend as far as trying to meet a professional, more serious type. So you can check that out, link in the description. Guys, I appreciate it as always. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if Filipina P is watching this, great meeting you in person. I know we did the live stream 4+ years ago now, but finally great to meet you in person. And thank you guys so much. See you again next time. Ciao.